Hey, what's happening, guys? Mike Moo here. There is something just really cool about riding segways. I'm a big fan of the Segway transportation stuff. The one that I have is the Segway Mini Pro, which they call the Mini Pro 320 right now. And I love it. I use it every single day. I find it really cathartic. I find it actually very useful for transporting things back and forth. I find it really fun to ride. My wife also rides it without really thinking. It becomes really a part of you. Now, I was really excited when Segway announced their latest line of product that is somewhat more affordable and somewhat looks like it's pretty fun too. And that's the Segway W1. This is an Indiegogo campaign right now. There's a QR code right down below right here that you can go ahead and scan with your phone to check it out. Or if you're on your phone, I got links down below where you can get it. But anyways, it's on Indiegogo. And it is currently being funded. It's got 2,267% funding of a $20,000 flexible goal, 453,000 US dollars raised by 1,008 backers. And this is really, if you think about it this way, this is kind of like an electronic version of roller skates, if you will. But I think about it in a number of other different ways that I can use it. Also as a YouTuber slash video creator. And that is that, when riding my Segway Mini Pro 320 around, I get super smooth footage even if I'm just hand holding the camera versus if I'm walking or walking like a ninja. If you think about the W1 also in such a way that you could use it maybe as a filmmaker where you just kind of glide. Imagine you're just kind of gliding along on one of those people movers or whatever you call them, the flat escalators. The ones that you see in airports. It's like having that just everywhere that you go. And that's really I think that's really the draw about these, is that if you need to get anywhere from point A to point B, I would love to be able to bring my Segway everywhere, but this is 30 some pounds. It's like 30 some pounds. It takes quite a lot of space in there. And if you have a small vehicle or if you're traveling, something like this doesn't really fit in a carry-on suitcase. But the Drift W1 definitely does. So let's go ahead and take a look at the promo video, which, by the way, just so you know, I'm not super impressed with. I thought that they could have done a better job in explaining and showing off exactly what the Segway is, the Segway W1 is, and what it's capable of. But it is their promo video after all. And I'll just go ahead and play this. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and play this directly off of YouTube. I'll have a link down below to the video if you want, or you can check out my QR code and see the actual video yourself. And luckily, they were smart enough to actually have some major YouTubers go ahead and try out the W1 and give you some feedback on it. And I think that it really is. So you can see that you definitely have a lot of flexibility in riding the W1. Kind of like, rollerblades, roller skates, but what they don't really show is, they show fun ways to use it. But people like you and me, we aren't really daredevils. We don't do a lot of acrobatics like that. We're just going to use it for, just like a skate in the park or the beach, last mile transportation. In my case, I'm going to be able to use it to have like a smooth type of dolly shot, just standing up. I think those are some great use scenarios that I might be able to have, and because it's so small, I can feasibly fit it in a backpack. I think if there's one big problem with this is that, well, okay, two problems. One is the price, right? They expect to retail this at $499. That is more than what the Segway 9 Bot Mini Pro is going for right now. So if you have the space to use it and you don't need something as portable, I recommend you check out the Segway 9 Bot Mini Pro. That is fantastic. Got no real issues with it other than the tires going a little bit, needing to be pumped up regularly. But at $499 retail, that's a bit too much. $369, I'm still kind of thinking that's a little bit high. I would like to see this more around the $250 price point. But this is what it is. This is one of the first early versions that you can get, and this is one of the few ways that you can get a discount on these right now. So looks like there's only 48 left for the super early bird, and later on they're gonna jump the price up about $50, and that's pretty common. Okay, so here's the problem with these two, is that one, while the max speed is 7.5 miles per hour, you can go up to 10.9 in a Segway 9 Bot Mini Pro, and you could feasibly, if you are a really good roller skater, you can easily exceed that speed. If you like to roller skate along the beach or something, I definitely see people exceeding that speed. But the other thing is that these wheels are small, and that's just because it's a small product. There's not much that they can do about it. So I can see how going over certain cracks and on a sidewalks or potholes, that's going to cause a little bit of a problem depending on where you live or where you're going to use it. So you notice that all these tricks and everything was, of course, ideally done on relatively smooth surfaces, right? So it still kind of remains to be seen how it's going to be when your road conditions aren't as good. Luckily for something like this is something you can definitely ride on the sidewalk. I don't see that there's any laws that perhaps per se that say that you can't really ride it unless they say, hey, no roller skating on the sidewalk. I don't think people have a problem with these, and if they do, the easy thing is you just jump right off these and just carry them, right? It's a lot less of a burden and hassle than if you were, let's say, riding the Segway Bird, the ES2, Segway ES2, which is a electric scooter that's very popular here in LA. The Bird scooters, right? People have a lot of problem with these because a lot of people have been complaining that people ride these pretty recklessly out here in LA. Okay, so this looks like it's a pretty good thing. I'm really happy that Segway / 9Bot or Xiaomi, or, whoever put together this is actually out, and that you can now back it for a reasonable discount right now. So there's only a couple days left. Thank you that if you are even interested in something like this a little bit and want to save a little bit of money, definitely back it and use my link down below, which is definitely an affiliate link. So I do get some commission if you back this project through my link. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but I thought I'd point that out there. As far as all this other stuff down here, it's just to let you know all the certifications and tests that go on and give you some specifications. But the really main things you need to know is one, the price, two, how much space it takes roughly, and how much weight this could support. So it supports up to 220 pounds. Each wheel is approximately 7.7. Oh, net weight is 7.7 pounds. The top speed is 7.5, and the typical riding time is 45 minutes. So you are only going to be able to get like 5 miles, maybe, on this before you need to charge it up again. And the charge time takes 3 hours, which is unfortunate, because my Segway 9Bot Mini Pro, man, I just ride that for 2 weeks on hand, and I use this for running and doing miscellaneous tasks around the house with the yard, and occasionally going out to the beach or parts of LA with it, and I almost never have to worry about charging that guy at all, right? But this is super portable. All right, So here's what you can get right now. The super early bird special is still going on for $369, which is not bad. There's a couple there's a couple left. You can get two for $719. Family pack of 5. Not very many people are going to do this. Maybe sight unseen until people are comfortable with it. I suggest if you have or you find someone who has a Segway 9-bot Mini Pro, have your family member definitely try it out. If you see someone riding around, usually most people are really happy for you to go and try it out because it's a really cool experience, and I use it all the time. But let them try it out. Some people have a problem getting more used to it right away, but usually that's gone by the second or third time that they test it and ride it. And I never wear any knee pads or elbow pads, but hey, it looks like they're going to give some free if you follow these 3 steps. So yeah, I'm going to give this a thumbs up without even trying it, and mostly because of my experience with the Segways and Segway/9bots. Some of the other reviews that a lot of other YouTubers have had definitely show a lot of fun with them. Obviously, Casey Neistat is very coordinated because he does a lot of these extreme type of sports activities, and he skateboards really crazily with one hand holding up the vlogging camera, and he's vlogging and navigating New York traffic, and he seems to do quite well with these. And we have a few other YouTubers. iJustine has tried it out, and it's got pretty good thumbs up reviews. Note that they did get these products for free, so they might be a little bit biased, but you definitely can't doubt the fun that you can see on their faces. Now, there is one other competitor I do want to mention, and that I found on Amazon, also roughly around the same price. So these are, let me see, let me just type in Segway W1, and you'll see that there is a competitor somewhere around here. If I don't find it right here in this video, I'll share it in a link down below, and you can check that out. And these are actually available now. They're roughly around the same price, but I would tend to trust Segway a bit more because of Segway the brand, and 9bot, they definitely know their stuff, and it actually looks very similar. I think that there are some things in the details that I'd probably be more trusting of Segway or 9bot to get right, rather than some other third-party company that has a very similar design. Okay, so I don't see the link right now. I'll definitely share it with you down below. And there's actually also another company that is going to try to produce one of these. It's going to look very similar, and they all seem to be around the same price point. But again, this is something that I would definitely be trusting the Segway W1 more than the other guys, other lesser name brand guys. Although I do have to warn you that Segway support for my 9bot has not been as great as I had hoped. Okay, I've had it for over a year now, and we're getting around 2 years point, and it's not as good as you would think based on all the customer questions that they get on Amazon, which is exactly where I bought it. All right, so let's take a look at some of these other nice pictures, see if there's anything new that I can share from this. No, see, the perfect case scenario is using it over by a beach. Notice that the floors are all nice and flat, which is the ideal conditions and scenarios to be using it. There's some other product photos that they actually shared that we'll take a quick look at. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Is this something that you would actually be interested in getting? And if you own a Segway, if you've ridden a Segway before, I'm seeing it a lot more down here in Southern California than I thought I would, which is kind of surprising. Not so much by the beaches, because we have a lot of the bird scooters going around. It's got really cool lights in the back, very similar to the 9bot Mini Pro, but obviously it's going to be less visible than the Mini Pro. One other thing I'm a little bit concerned with is the waterproofness of this. There's not too much of a mention about it. I trust all the rest of the other technologies on this, though. Looks pretty good. This will be a nice complement to my boosted board. And if only the speed were to be able to go just a bit faster, just a little bit faster. And the charging. If only the charging could also be a bit faster as well. But, I understand. It's a small battery, and for you to be able to go ahead and one, get a lot of capacity, two, be safe, and three, keep a reasonable price, and keep the whole product kind of small. It's going to be a little bit difficult to do. Okay, so that's my quick take on the Segway Drift W1 without actually writing it. Yeah, I suggest people back. I think this is a great gift for anybody ages, I think, 6 and up. I think they recommend that you want to be age 6 and up because you need to have a little bit of weight on here. And note that these are being produced right now, so it's not like this is not going to be a vaporware thing. This is being produced right now, and I believe it's actually being sold right now in China. Okay, this is just some sort of special thing going on here for Indiegogo to one, to help build up the hype, and also to get everybody excited about it, get some more testing on there. And this connects to your smartphone too, so you have some control over the settings, updating the firmware, and also hopefully also locking the device so that if this thing does get stolen, then people can't easily make use out of it. All right, so that's it for this little video about the Drift W1. If you have any questions about this below, feel free to reach out to me. You can do your own research. There are definitely a lot of other YouTube videos right now by other people who have way more subscribers than I do. But if you like this video, please give this a like and subscribe for more. I am very, very interested in doing a lot of these other Kickstarter crowdfunding type of videos. Seems like I do a lot of them anyway, since I back so much of it. All right, thanks for watching. I will catch you in the next video.